Fashion can be, at the same time, a gratification or a constraint. It depends on the way in which those who experience it understand it. Fashion in itself never takes on any preconceived meaning, but it takes on its meaning only when it is worn. Welcome back, my friends. As always, we hope you are all well. Fashion is a complicated word in which clothes takes on specific meanings in relation to the way they are worn. Fashion is nothing more than a means of expressing one's taste and elegance. Fashion, as well as the clothes that represent it, are not empty symbols, but are means to improve our personal well-being and our self-esteem. Self-esteem that, in any case, must be solid well before wearing any dress. Because a dress in itself cannot perform the miracle of suddenly and magically making us sure of ourselves if we never were before. In our gallery today, we present you with excellent examples of women over 50 who best wear clothes not made for them, but which they have managed to make unique. Thanks for watching and see you very soon.